Hi, everybody. I'm back. My name is Jessica, and I missed you all. I'm really excited to share this class with you. I personally have been feeling like a cog in the machine lately, with work, personal life, the news cycle in the world, everything is on fire. I wanted to develop a class, a place where we could connect with our bodies and remember our humanity. And that's what we have today. I'm calling this class Big Time Sensuality, inspired by one of my favorite songs. Um, and also, just to remember your humanity, remember that you are not just a person, but you also have this body that is capable and deserving of pleasure and ease. And I don't want to scare you away with the title. We think of sex a lot when we think of sensuality, but I want you to think of it as in the senses, the sensation of feeling sensation on your skin, of feeling your fingers or the warmth on your skin, of really uh, finding pleasure in your body through movement. So that's what we're focusing on today for our class. This is going to be a grounding class. I've got a couple of blocks, a blanket and a strap, but you can totally get away with just a blanket for this class. So join me. We're going to start in a seat. Get nice and comfortable. And your legs can be out wide or crossed like mine. Allow the arms to rest on your lap, wherever is comfortable. And find your gaze down ahead of you. Soften the gaze a little bit. Tapping into the breath here. Allow the shoulders to fall away from the ears. Allow the muscles in your face to relax. Unclench your jaw. And bring the awareness into the breath. Maybe close the eyes if that feels comfortable. And then we'll bring the hands to the body. So wherever you want to bring them. Finding a little bit of a deeper breath with each inhale, expanding the breath through the body. Coming into the sensation of your fingertips on your skin. We're looking for awareness here. If your eyes are closed, gently blink them open here and bring the arms out nice and wide. Again, keep the gaze down. I'd like the back of your spine, the back of the neck to feel nice and long. Drawing the arms open, take a big inhale. And on the exhale, draw the arms together, palms touch in front of you. Inhale here, and we'll bring the right arm open and allow the left fingertips to kind of draw across the arm, maybe across the collarbone, and then back. So just kind of tracing the outline of your body here. And we'll find that on the other side. Inhaling to open the arm, bring the fingertips across the chest. And really focusing on your breath, but really bringing your awareness to the sensation. Reminding yourself of your humanity. Find this one more time on either side. Slowly tracing the arm, connecting with your body. And then release the arms back down to the thighs. So we're going to make a few seated circles here. So I like to grab onto my knees. You can bring your hands down to the ground, whatever feels good, and start to just draw little circles, pulling the chest forward and then back. And as you warm up the body, maybe exaggerate the movement a little bit. Maybe like really press the shoulders out, the chin comes to the chest. You can even think of your body in cow-cat pose, but seated. So opening up the chest and the collarbone and then rounding through the spine. And then we'll take that in the other direction. So as we're focusing on connection with the body and the self today in this class, we're going to put a lot of emphasis in releasing the sacrum. The sacral chakra is associated with our reproductive organs. So I felt like I felt like it was very appropriate for the theme of the class. And also, I can't think of a place on the body that feels so good to release than the sacrum area. So as we move through these circles and you switch directions, really connect with that sacrum and all of the network of muscles and fascia and things that are connected. Coming back to center here, let's draw the left hand down and reach up in the opposite direction, or in the same direction with the opposite arm. So the side of the hip that we're pulling away from the right hip goes down as you reach up and over. And then on an inhale, we'll come back to center and find that on the other side. Coming back to center here. We're going to extend the left leg long and fold the right leg in. And bring your strap along for the ride here, or if you have a blanket or a towel, that works just as fine. And in fact, if you can reach down and comfortably grab your foot without straining, you don't need any props. But for most of us, I think this is really nice. Just bring the strap around the center of the foot, grab either side with your hand nice and firmly, sit up nice and tall. Big inhale here. And on the exhale, start to fold yourself forward. And think of bringing the forehead close to the knee. Noticing where you feel this sensation firing up in the body. Where do you feel the release? And on the next inhale, slowly walk your hands back to center, and we'll switch sides here. So the right leg extends out long in front of you, the left knee bends in here. And if your leg is out to the side a little bit and not directly in front of you, that's fine. And if you feel any pulling under the knee or under either knee, find some support. A block can come here. A block can also come up underneath the leg here if your hamstrings are tight. Take an inhale to sit up nice and tall, and exhale, fold forward, forehead to knee. And this is a gentle, encouraging opening in the body. We don't have to pull so tight. You don't have to pull so tightly on the body or on the props that we might be using. So allow yourself to settle in, breathe into your softness here, even if it feels intense. And finally release here on an inhale. Slowly let go of the strap. Bring both legs out in front of you and just kind of shake it out nice and gently, encouraging the blood flow again. And then let's bring our soles of our feet together for bowed angle, little butterfly action here. So gently getting into the hips here, sitting up nice and tall. The closer your feet are to your body here, the more intense this is. So if it feels like too much, slide the feet away from you a little bit. Grabbing onto the ankles of the feet, sit up nice and tall on an inhale, and on the exhale, fold forward. Bringing the head down towards the toes, even if there's a lot of space. Allowing the knees to fall open. And again, breathing into that sensation, the intensity that you feel in the body. Finding what you like about the sensation. Final breath here, and see if you can fold down a little bit deeper on your final exhale. And on the inhale, slowly start to unfold. Hands under the knees, draw them together, and we'll meet in tabletop position from here. So find your way onto your hands and knees, and if you need a little bit of support, this is a great place to invite your blanket. We'll find the knees hip-width distance apart here, palms down, fingertips pointing forward, and you can either come to the toes or relax the feet down. And we'll breathe through cat-cow here, so starting with cow, dipping the belly down, bringing the chest forward, lengthening through the elbows. Exhale, round through the spine, chin to the chest. Find this movement at your own pace. And after a couple of rounds, I invite any movement that feels indulgent in the body, anything that your body is calling for. I like to make circles with the hips. So any movement that would feel good, you can sway the hips from side to side or the hips and head in opposite directions. Remember breathing into the sensation that you like, that feels good in your body, and noticing the sacrum, that low back space, that little triangle, kind of like between your tailbone and where your back starts to dip in. That's the area we're targeting. Where can we send the hips? Where can we send the arms to release that area? And then start to meet me back to a neutral spine, coming back to center here. Walk the hands forward just a little bit. Think of almost like a modified high plank. So we're coming to the tops of the knees. Big inhale here, pressing the mat away. And exhale, dropping the hips towards the heels for a little bit of a child's pose. Inhale, peel yourself up. Again, make this sensual. Explore what feels good in your body. Send the hips back on the exhale. One of my favorite things about practicing any kind of movement on demand at home is that you can be weird. Like, if you don't like what you're wearing, you can fling your top off. You can make those weird groaning noises that people make in classes sometimes that make you giggle. You can do all of that. This is your space, your practice. We'll find one more transition here, coming into that modified plank and then lowering the hips back to child's pose. Take a breath, settle into the earth here. And then on an inhale, we're going to lower all the way down to our stomach. So take your time and with control, with intention, lower all the way down onto the belly. And open the legs up nice and wide. We're going to bring the forearms to stack in front of us. So open the legs up, relaxing the tops of the feet down and bring the forehead down. And really breathe here. Breathe into that space between your body and the mat, the space where your body ends and the earth begins. No matter how thin that space that's all around us is what feeds our soul, what feeds our body. We can pull energy from our environment. So breathe into the space around you. Feel a connection not just with your body and yourself, but with that space that's all around you. Let's get ready for Sphinx pose here. So coming back to center, drawing the feet closer together, bringing the palms right underneath the shoulders here. Chin and neck are nice and neutral. On an inhale, roll the shoulders back, press into the tops of the feet and the thighs, and lift, and lift, and lift, and keep the elbows hugged into the body here. Gaze is straight forward. This is a powerful posture. If you feel too much compression on the low back, come down just a little bit. And on your next exhale, release, lower back down to the mat. Resting the face on one side, draw the arms down to the sides. Relax the feet, let the heels fall out. On the inhale, we're going to come up for locust pose. So bring the chin back to center. And when you're ready, lift the shoulders up, lift the arms up, lift the feet and the knees up. Squeeze the space between the shoulders. Compress that low back slightly, but not too much. And really feel the connection, the grounding of your pelvis in the earth, in the ground here. Release, lower, rest down on one side of the head or on the forearms. Take a grounding breath. Sigh it out. Come back up to neutral. Let's bring our arms out so that our elbows are kind of in a 90-degree angle here. Open those legs up once again. Pressing into the tops of the feet. On the inhale, we'll find seal pose. So inhaling to lift, press the feet down, lift the chest up, lift the collarbones up, lift the gaze up. Pressing into the tops of the feet and the thighs. Try not to squeeze your butt too much. Naturally, it's gonna tighten up, and see if you can relax. And exhale, lower, release. All the way down, hands down to the sides once again. Take a breath, take a breather. On your next inhale, locust pose once again. Inhale to lift. Squeeze, roll the shoulders back. Lift the knees up a little higher. Gaze comes forward. Exhale, release. Forehead comes down to the forearms. Take a breath. Sigh it out. Very good. Bring the hands down to the mat. Let's come back to a seat. So take your time here. We're going to come to a wide leg seat from here. So if you've got something you want to sit up on for comfort, go ahead and grab that. And we'll take one block here. And we're coming back to a pose that we were just in, very similar, but instead of extending the left leg straight out in front of you, we're gonna open the hips up a little bit. So bring that left leg out nice and long, and the right leg is gonna bend in here. And sit up nice and tall. And again, we're gonna target the low back, the sacrum area. So as you kind of acclimate to what's going on in your body here, extend that left hand along the left leg. And it might feel far. You might need to give yourself some support here, and this is fine. Wherever you're at, think of opening the side body as you reach and extend. And take a hold on to something that's comfortable that's there. Bring your gaze over your big toe here. And opposite arm is gonna come out and up and back just a little bit. And notice that sensation of drawing the arm back, where that takes the stretch. Take a big inhale here. And on the exhale, we're gonna draw this right arm across the body over to the opposite arm. Fingertips gently graze the skin. Again, coming back into sensation. Bring the fingertips up across the chest and draw the elbow back. Gaze comes up to the sky. Slide the palm back down. And inhale to open the arm back up again. Gaze comes up and back even. Drawing your thoughts, your awareness to the sensation of that low back. We're gonna come to center here, so release the grip of the leg, both arms are up, and then bring the hands down to the waist. We're gonna prepare for a gate pose. I like to come into this with a block, so the right hand is gonna come behind you, either under a block or on the ground directly. And on the inhale, I'm gonna push into this palm and roll onto my knee and shin and use this extended left leg as support. So on an inhale, here we go. Gate pose. And it might feel a little dicey getting there, but take your time. And while you're here, think of the power in your body in this posture. We have this line of energy going straight up to the sky. You're reaching up with intention. Your supporting grounded arm is shooting into the earth to support you. And then you've got this left leg out here holding it all down. Reaching up here, use your core, get strong, and think of pressing the hip up towards the sky. Last breath here. And on an exhale, slowly roll back onto the hips and thighs, just the way we started. So you got that down, you're an expert now. We're gonna do this on the other side, so take your time getting set up. Reaching that right arm out and focusing on the opposite side of the lower back. Of course, you're gonna feel this also in your hamstring. Take a moment to acclimate, reach the arm up. Big inhale here, and exhale, draw the arm across the body. Fingertips coming to your skin. Draw the elbow back. Down again. Open up nice and wide. When we prepare for gate pose on the opposite side, bring your left hand down to the outside of the hip. Take a moment, ground yourself, and then press up. Reaching up and out. Again, nothing is half-assed here. We're lifting, we're reaching, our foot is supporting us, our hip is shooting up towards the sky. It's kind of an isometric movement. You're not going to be moving, but if you feel the energy pushing the hip up, you'll feel a little more of that opening, a little more of that sensation in the body, and that's why we're here. That's why we're here. Last breath. And on the exhale, lower down with control, nice and slow. And finally, we make our way onto our back from here. So, as you start to position yourself onto your back, make sure that you have your blocks handy in arm's reach. And before we get there, let's find a little bit of a boat pose. Bring the soles of the feet down, bend your knees. You can start with your hands underneath the knees. Slowly start to lean back, activate through the core, roll the shoulders back, and maybe lift the other leg up. And if you're feeling fancy, let go and lengthen through the legs. Breathe. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Keep that breath going for one more breath. You can do this. And exhale, slowly lower down. All the way down to the back. Soles of the feet stay grounded here. And if you've got two blocks, two blocks are very handy here. Scoot the heels a little closer to the body, lift the hips up, and we're gonna bring our blocks, or maybe your rolled up blanket, right up underneath the sacrum. It might still feel really tense and uncomfortable, but that's okay. Everybody is bound really tightly in that area of the body, especially if you're seated all day for work or you're a driver or something like that. So find that magic area, and the blocks give us a little bit of tension to help release some of the energy that's bound up. So if you like the sensation, if this feels sensuous to you, lift the feet up off the mat and start to slowly rock from side to side on the sacrum. This is like one of the best self-massage methods that I know of. And if you feel the tension there and it feels really uncomfortable, but it's not painful, as you roll from side to side, you might you might notice your face starts to tense up, or maybe you let out a little bit of a moan or a groan, and let it be. So if you're here and you've brought your feet up and it just feels too intense, step the feet down. It's not that serious. We can take baby steps and we can kind of just use the knees to find some movement. But if you're here with me and you're enjoying the sensation, play with it. Maybe start to make a few circles with the knees. Maybe just hang 10 and let the toes come up towards the sky. Wherever you are in this posture, let's bring the hands to the body. Gently offering softness, compassion, affection to our physical selves. Appreciation of our body's abilities and our sensibility, our ability to feel sensation, to feel pleasure, to feel pain. If we couldn't feel pain, we wouldn't know how great pleasure was. We'll just kind of take a moment to explore sensation and what feels good and what's pleasurable about your practice, and how you can invite more of that into your life off the mat. So if you're hanging 10, this is the time where we bring our feet down to the ground and remove any props that we might have here. Let's take our strap or our towel or our blanket or whatever it is we're using today and bring this up underneath the right foot. And we're using the hip flexor here to draw the leg up, and the strap is support here. So don't tug too hard on the foot with the strap, just kind of use this to guide the foot. And then we'll take both sides of the strap in the right hand. The left leg can stay bent like mine, or you can extend it long. I like to bring the left hand to the hip as I slowly bring the right leg open. And this leg goes as far as it needs to go. The body will guide you. The block is a nice place to support yourself here. And we'll just take a breath or two. And inhale, start to draw that leg back to center using the hip flexor. Strap is for guidance. Now extend that opposite leg if it's not already there, and take the strap in the other hand, and we'll find a twist to the other side. Gaze comes over to the right as the leg twists to the left. And you know you've gone too far when the shoulders want to hike up off the ground. And the higher the leg is lifted, the more sensation is invited to the posture. So take your time and bring the leg back to center. Switching sides here. Both sides of the strap in the left hand. Open up nice and gently. Taking note if this side feels different. And moving with caution, just taking that information into consideration. We're showing up for the body. It has nothing to do with our mental, our thoughts that we might have, our ideas, our wishes that we have for our body. We are moving in consideration of the body we have right now, today. Let's switch sides here. Straps come into the right side. Start to draw that leg across the body. Keep the shoulders rooted into the earth. Maybe the gaze comes to the left as you breathe into the sensation. Come back to center. And finally, releasing the leg from the strap. Finding our final resting posture, however that feels good in your body today. Inviting any support, any comfort that you need. And as we take these final few minutes, allow your mind to reflect on anything you learned about yourself in this practice, anything you learned about your body, anything you discovered or rediscovered about sensation in the body, about your own desire. We have reached the end of our practice together today. I do encourage you to extend this resting posture as long as you need. And as always, I thank you for trusting me with your mind and your body. And I look forward to seeing you again.